Will Cherry.
Will.
What were your general thoughts on it?
I did enjoy the album.
Mm.
I think it was good. I think Will's been working on this for a while now. I actually went down some rabbit holes. I did some research on this album.
Okay.
And I did find out that he has been working on this for over 4 years now.
Oh, wow.
I think he started back in 2014. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've read, and he's gone through a lot. And I think that from what I've listened to it, like I've obviously listened to the album a few times, and you can tell that he took his time to make this. I think that it's really meticulous, and he really worked through a lot of his issues, and he just used his art as sort of like a canvas to tell his story as honestly as he can. And he's spoken about that, and from the interviews that I've read and stuff like that, he sounds like he's well put together. He sounds very articulate, and he knows how to speak and sort of speak on the issues that are at hand. I did give your song PSA a listen. I know that was potentially your first song, but it's not on this album, and it's sort of speaking about the issues that black men face in America and things of that, and I would have liked it on this album, but you left it off for a reason, and I can't be mad at you. I think one thing that I did notice a lot was the influences coming through, your influences specifically, and I know a lot of people don't like that, but I've said in the past that like if you're influenced by someone and you really are inspired by their music, that's fine to go ahead and sort of create music around that sort of style. And I think you've obviously got touches of someone like Kanye West and Frank Ocean and guys like that. Even I know that you're from Ohio, and I know like guys like Kid Cudi and obviously like Bone Thugs and Harmony and guys like that are from the area. I don't really know the state too well. I know you're from, I believe, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Where did I put it? Elyria? Elyria. One of those. And I know that the guys that you worked with, I think his name was like Matthew. What was that guy's name? I know you worked with some other Ohio rappers and some other Ohio...
I don't remember seeing a Matthew in the feature list.
What was his name? Matthias Young?
Oh, yeah.
Matthias Young. I really did enjoy some of the songs. Like, I think that for me, some points were a bit... I sort of was lulled into not listening as intently. I think that some songs sounded quite similar. I was a bit taken aback by the opening track, Wine, where you're just sort of rapping very fast. And then basically for the rest of the album, you're sort of in this sort of relaxed, sort of easy flow. Not heavily auto-tuned, but sort of tweaked and auto-tuned to a point. And I don't really know who's speaking on those skits. Or not the skits, but sort of the... Is it him? Because the voice is very deep.
Yeah, there are lyrics for it online.
Oh, is there? I didn't even look.
And it's... I'll have a look, actually.
Is it a person? It's not him.
No, it's not him.
Oh.
I couldn't find anything about the person that it was either.
I didn't think it was him. I think you ended the album really great. I really liked Perfect. I think that was one of the better songs.
Kyle Osborne.
Yeah. Shout out Kyle Osborne. I think your name is, from what I looked up, Will Lampley. I think that's his name. And then he changed it to Will Cherry, who is also, I believe, a football player or a basketball player.
Okay.
One
I
of
like
those.
the name Will Cherry.
Yeah. And he's been a producer for a very long time, and this is his first album that he's released. I think, personally for me, Death Proof, Grapevine, Vancouver, and Perfect were my 4 favourite songs.
I can 100% agree with that.
I did enjoy Vancouver. You started rapping a bit more, and I think that if you broke it up, like I know that you want to set sort of like a homogenous tone through the album where it's sort of all sounds similar, and I think sort of people have been sort of not forced into that, and I've definitely fallen into it where if it's too jagged, it's not as good. But I think that I did like you breaking it up, but you only did it at the beginning and then right at the end. I think maybe one in the middle would have fit in perfectly. But yeah, I really like the ending. Perfect potentially is my favourite song, but I think it's actually Grapevine and High Speed. Or Grapevine / High Speed. I think you did really good. The wordplay on that is phenomenal. One of my favourite lines of this year is, I had a wardrobe malfunction. Ball out.
Yeah, I've got that written
That
down
is
as well.
potentially the greatest line that I've heard ever. I did
That's coming close to the I am. Oh, what is it? Oh, I am undeterred. You shit it in your boxes. That's an undeterred.
Yeah.
I think that's like
that is quite
that's
good.
Bar for bar
That is quite good. And I did like you had the Draymond Green line, and you had the Golden State Warriors straight after, obviously referring to that. And I really liked. I can't remember the song, and it could be Vancouver. I think it might be when you said like you're like the baddest, like Michael 32. That's magic. You were talking about like obviously Michael Jackson with the song Bad, but then
like Michael Jordan,
and then 32 Magic Johnson. You sort of linked them together like that, and I did really like that. I thought the features were alright. I thought
the features were perfect, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I think I really liked the female features that you had. I think they added a nice soft touch. Like I think your sound is very rounded, just smooth, but they added like a sort of like a softness to it underneath, like a little bit of an undercurrent.
Yeah. I really liked Tay Miles.
Yeah.
He went off on Death Proof. He was on Vancouver as well.
Oh, yeah.
But, I liked that he had, like, the running theme of a car.
Yeah.
Like, he had the check engine light, the oil past due, and then later on he said, and he said, I'm on E, like I'm dehydrated.
Yeah,
I
did like
nice.
that line, yep.
Yeah.
I think one of the weaker tracks for me was Flip. I get the idea that you're talking about, like, sort of, you've been talking for a long time, and you sort of checking up on someone. And then, I do get it, but, like, you're younger than us, and I don't think you were talking to anyone on a flip phone. Because, like, you would have been, like, 8 years old when, like, a flip phone was around. Maybe not, though. Maybe it moves a bit slower in America. Because, like, when we were, like, getting phones at, like, 12, past the flip phone.
They were being phased out.
Yeah, that was past. So, you're what, 1 year or 2 years younger than us? So, yeah. But maybe you did. But, I'm not picking on the content there. I'm just sort of a little sidetracked. But, yeah, I think it's not a perfect album. I think it could have been... I think it could have been sort of meshed a bit better, and like I said, I think there could have been one track in there taken out and a more rap track put in.
I think like it's a really good basis for a first album.
I agree.
That I'm aware of. There may have been previous ones that have since been taken down. For a first album, it's a very good basis because you can sing and you can rap. And you seem to be able to do both of them in the one song.
And you can produce too.
Yeah, and produce. So, like, you can make the beat work hand in hand with the vocals.
Yep.
And it's really refreshing to listen to an album where an artist can do both of them. It's not as dry, they don't need as many features, and they're just able to be, like, less of a one-show pony.
One-trick pony.
One-trick pony.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that, like, I think you should be trending upwards. I think this music definitely gives me a belief that you're not going to go away soon. You're still young, 22, 23, so I think that, yeah, you're only going up. Like, this is a great debut.
Yeah.
I think that I can see from this, if you could make more songs like Grapevine, Perfect, and Death Proof, I think that we'll be seeing you, maybe not in the mainstream, but sort of in that under, and then breaking in, because... yeah, great work. Yeah. I think what was the other guy's album we reviewed?
El Nesu.
El Nesu, yeah. I think I'd put this a bit above El Nesu.
I agree.
I think that this is a bit more polished, and I think that it shows that you took your time with this.
Yeah.
Which I can appreciate, and yeah, you speak about real stuff on here, which instantly makes it good in my book. So
yeah, it's very, like, honest, and that's not an easy thing to do when, you know, anyone you know could listen to it.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Vancouver is my favourite.
I do rate Vancouver. That is a good track.
Like, it's a chilling beat. And, like, I think that was when he was the most, like, raw with it, when he sort of starts off rapping. I absolutely love the line, when you switch up on me, that's the side you stuck. Choose it well.
Yep.
I love that so much. And the flow as well, like the people took advantage of my trust for the wealth. I was down for a second, now I'm up to excel. I thought that was really, really nice.
Yep.
And then, in the second verse, he said, type to sell they sold to be relevant. the smaller the room, the bigger the elephant. I think that's really nice.
Yeah, I think he has some clever bars, and I think that there's no doubt that there's talent there, but I think at the moment it's a bit raw. And I think that take your time for the next album, and I think, like, maybe not 4 years, because I think you sort of hit a rhythm now, and I think you found a sound on certain tracks, and I hope that you take this feedback and feedback that I'm sure you're getting from other people, sort of like your group and the people around you, your family, and just move forward. I think that there's no reason that you should be going backwards from here. Like, this is a baseline that you've set yourself, which I think is, like, above average, and now you should be moving up. And I think that if you make songs that are real and you make songs that are for you, it's going to happen.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. Like, especially if you're producing them as well, you can, you know, make the sound yourself. You know how to make it. Because it's difficult to, you know, explain a noise to someone. Say, oh, I want it to sound like this.
Yeah.
But you can just do it. I really liked where the album name came from as well. In the first track, he says, I just witnessed way too much death in my youth. So much blood that Burgundy became the hue.
Yeah, and he says that Burgundy is his favourite colour. And that Burgundy represents blood that's been over time, so the pain of sort of that over time, so in like 5 years, 10 years. And he even said in an interview that, like, his father passed away when he was really young, and he had to deal with that like forever, basically, until he sort of can come to terms with it. But a lot of people, he even said this, a lot of people talk about sort of death and like this heartbreak and all these terrible things as they happen, but no one talks about how it's going to affect you in 10 years, in 15 years. And I think that that's a really cool idea too.
Yeah. Yeah, like that alone, the fact that you've sort of weaved in the title of the album all throughout it, I think that alone shows that you've got promise.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, a lot of people would just think of an album name that they like, slap it on there, and that's it. But yeah, like you said, he's taken his time with it, and it really shows.
A clever artist will always go places.
I like that. Is that from somewhere?
No, just made it up then.
No, it's from somewhere now.
Exactly right.
But yeah, no, Etta as well is one of my favourites.
Yeah,
the violins
I thought
at the start
Etta
of
was
that. Yeah. Like, genuinely, this was really good. The production just was genuinely better than most of the albums I choose to review. I have quite bad luck choosing albums to review. I usually get some bad ones.
Some
but
stinkers.
Like, yeah, but it's genuinely better than, like, people who are already, you know, well known in the industry.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I think we said the same thing for El Nesu too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these guys that are way, way underground are making some really quality art at the moment, and I think that it's just not getting out there because it's so plastered in the media, and it's so the droves are coming towards it, and I think people are getting caught up in sort of like the trap, and I think people are getting in the trap of trap music, and I think that like the average rap listener now isn't listening to this style of music, which is unfortunate, and I think they're more listening to sort of like your club hits, but the tide will turn eventually. Rob predicted it like 4 years in a row, but it hasn't happened yet. But it will eventually happen, and you'll be better off for it, and people will go back through your catalogue and sort of look sort of fondly back at how great your music has been, if you continue this trend, of course.
Yeah, exactly like you said. I see no reason why you'd be going backwards. You've got a really good starting block, and I think it would be easy, now that you've sort of made songs like this, to build upon them.
Yeah.
But yeah, excellent start. Do you have anything else you want to mention?
I just got my score.
I think I do too.
Alright, go on then.
I went a 7.5 out of 10.
I went a 7. I think a 7's a fair baseline. I was teetering between 6.5 and 7, but I think you earned the 7. I think the 7 was good. The only criticism I have is some songs sounded a bit samey, but it was like 1 or 2. So I can't get mad at that, especially for a first project when there's like 8 other songs that I really enjoy. So 7 out of 10 for me.
Cool. Yeah, well done. I think that's... I can't remember what we rated El Nesu.
Maybe 6.
I'll have a look. I genuinely can't even remember. Yeah, we both rated it a 6.5.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, it's a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed listening to it, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more from you. And I'm going to do what you did and go back and listen to some other stuff he's done. But yeah, well done, Will Cherry. I genuinely enjoyed what you did. You get the thumbs up.
Double thumbs. It's gone up your
be sure to check us out later today to find out what a rapper spends their money on. We'll see you then. That's a wrap. Why?
That's off the In-Betweeners.
Oh, is it?
When he's like, why is he giving me the thumbs up? And he's like, it's because that's what's gone up your first. Pedo Kennedy.
Oh, that's right.